Would you consider yourself to be an optimist or a pessimist? I used to pride myself on being an optimist, on always thinking positively. But what I really was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of not being good enough. I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid of being embarrassed. And so I would say, I'm an optimist. I'm positive. I always think positive. And what I found myself doing was moving myself to the fringes, isolating myself, limiting the chances that I might make a mistake, that I might get embarrassed. I found myself becoming a perfectionist. And over time, that then flipped, and I found myself feeling hopeless, depressed, and contemplating the purpose of my life. And so, are you an optimist or a pessimist? What I've come to learn is that optimism doesn't mean you don't see the negative, you don't see the dark. Because the dark is there. There is a dark side to all of us. The light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the balance that is so important to this life. Because without the darkness, you wouldn't recognize the light. It wouldn't bring contrast. And so the dark and the light is important for our experience. And so I've learned to come more into that understanding and acceptance, and to be able to see the beauty of the whole. I'm no longer afraid of the dark. And what I've learned about optimism is that optimism doesn't mean you don't see the dark. What it means is you notice the dark, you notice the light, and optimism is a choice to practice gratitude and to make any situation that you're given work out for the best possible outcomes. It means that you can take a very dark, depressing situation, find something to be grateful for, something to learn from it, and a way to turn your mess into your message. Now, it doesn't mean that you're afraid of the dark. It doesn't mean that you resist the dark. It doesn't mean that you run from the dark. It means that you embrace life, that you embrace the lessons that are being presented to you. And not all of the lessons that are presented to you are joyful and easygoing. Some of the lessons that were presented in this life try us, push us to the limits of our existence, cause us to question things, cause us to, in a way, die so that we can be reborn as a higher, a more awakened individual. And I have come to learn that as we go through this life, we go through many deaths and many rebirths, and we are invited continually to learn and to grow. We're not forced necessarily into them, but we are invited to continually learn, to continually grow. And the darkness is real, and the light is real, and that the dark and the light is a part of all of us. And so recognize that you are a human. You are whole. You are a miracle, and you have a purpose. You can make a beautiful masterpiece out of the pieces that have been given to you. Out of the hand that's been dealt to you. You can have great experiences with it as you open yourself up to feeling, to releasing, to learning, and to connecting. Because you are a miracle, you have a purpose, and so is everyone else on this planet. Every human being is a miracle with a unique purpose to fulfill. And so what are we learning from each other? What are you learning from your experience? Wherever you're at today, I hope that this message finds you and that it connects with you in a way that is helpful, because I'm continually learning and growing and evolving myself. And I'm grateful for the times I've spent as a optimist. Not really an optimist, but I'm grateful for those moments because it's led me to today where I have a deeper understanding of these things that I wouldn't have understood had I not gone through that journey. And so I'm grateful for the painful moments of my life. I'm grateful for the valleys of my life because it's brought me to this moment, and this moment is perfect for me in my growth and my evolution. And so how can you practice gratitude and real optimism in your life today? How can you practice gratitude and real optimism in your life today? Recognizing that you are a miracle, that you have a purpose, and that there's hope. There is hope. The sun is coming. No matter how dark the night is that you're in, the sun will rise. And you will make it to the next mountain peak. Thank you for being you. I see you. I'm grateful to experience this time with you today. If this message was for you, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and remember that I'm here at Hope to Cope every day, checking in with a message of hope to help you cope with today and to remind you that you are a miracle and that you do have a purpose.